How many of you are finding that the pitches are pretty straightforward? Raise your hand if you think the pitches are pretty straightforward. How many of you are finding right now the most difficult thing is the rhythm? How many of you have sung this piece before or have heard this piece before? So we know the piece, correct? But it's hard. And what's hard about the rhythm? Annie, what's hard about the rhythm?
Oh, it's not like straightforward.
Ah! So it's not da, 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 da. Well, that's not even straightforward. It's got what in it? What? Say. It's got some syncopation in there. It's got some where we're having dotted rhythms, correct?
Yeah.
Right? And that's what makes it hard. So here's what I suggest you do. One of you keep the straight beat. One of your job is going to be straight beat. 2, 3, 4, right? One of you is going to clap the rhythm in your head, using that as the straight beat, and the other person is going to try to figure out where does it fall after you clap the pulse, right? So we're learning pulse. We're learning where actually we physically say 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're going to keep it in 4/4, I would put it in a different meter. If you're going to keep it in 4/4, do that. And then somebody's going to observe to make sure you're doing it right. That's the way to do rhythm. So that one person is your constant pulse. One person is counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other person is clapping. And the other person is trying to figure it out. Do that in your groups right now. Decide who's going to be the pulse, who's going to do the rhythm, who's going to be the counter, and who's going to observe. I would pick the person the strongest with rhythm to be the person trying to figure out where the beat falls. I'm not going to tell you that. You have to tell me. Because, see, this is a collaborative. Who do you agree is the strongest rhythmically? You are. So, you stand here. One of you now count 1, 2, 3, 4. One of you count the beat, clap the beat. And you do that rhythm. And you say, is it correct? That's the way to do it. Make sense? Just give me the steady beat. Okay, now, would you do, if you're having problems with the first measure, would you do the whole thing? Just do the first measure and figure out the rhythm. Oh, let me ask this. Logan, we're going to stop for a second for theory. We're now going to think historically. Logan, how old is this piece? Educated guess. How old is this piece? Exactly. Very. Okay. Do you have any idea when this piece was written? 1700, somebody said. What composer may have written this? Anybody know? Nobody has a clue.
No.
Some of you have sung a piece written by this composer. You sang it last year. Anybody?